If you know where this loading screen will take you, congratulations! You are now certified as old. Picture this. You come home from school, the weekend is approaching, there are snacks in the fridge, and you have a need. A need to show your friends who is the true master of tanks! That's right. Load up those atom bombs, set the right power, and make your enemies go.
Wait.
Now you might be thinking, this is crazy. How could there be so much violence in a kid's game? But first, let's get to some context. To start our story, the Flash game Tanks was made by Studio 2D Play in the year 2004. Now, a lot of people have drawn the speculation that the game of Tanks has been inspired by the different game Scorched Earth, which was made back in the year 1991. It will look something similar to this. Riveting gameplay, I know. Others might draw a similarity to a different game, Bowman, which was released in December of the same year, in which you shoot your arrows to your opponent in the same manner. Indeed, there are some similarities in that you have to gauge the angle and the power of your shot to hit your target, but it does not compare, in my opinion, to the exhilarating explosions and great balls of fire you will summon by shooting bombs straight towards your opponent over hills and through the desert. From this, a number of memories comes to my mind of lining up that perfect angle, setting the power to an easy 55, shooting out that bomb, and boom! Your enemies are wiped off your screen. Memories such as this live in my mind rent-free of hours being spent in the school computer lab claiming that this video game was educational as we lobbed bombs over hills, across mountains, and right on top of each other. Now, that begs the question, why does such a game like Tanks exist on the great domain of mathisfun.com? Well, one of the great excuses I used was that this game indeed taught you a lot about parabolas. Parabolas? It's almost summertime. Why do I care anything about math? We're not having a lecture right now. And no, we will not. But first, this video is sponsored by World of Tanks. Enjoy the free-to-play sensation of World of Tanks. It's not as fun to play as Tanks though. The stunning real graphics of the battlefield. Also not as good as graphics of Tanks. Take on multiples of enemies as you fight your way to glory. Not as fun as wiping out 5 AI opponents with just one shot. And of course, if you download now, you will realize that this video is not sponsored by World of Tanks. Now, I get it, some of you may never understand what this game truly is, but as a quick reminder, this is what goes on in most of your minds when you actually load up the game. Sir, one enemy spotted over the hill. What is your order? Set the gun to 66 degrees. What kind of bombs do we have? We have volcano bombs, we also have small atom bombs, and lastly we have a large ball.
Huh?
What was that last one? A large ball. 2 of them actually. It doesn't matter. Load up the small atom bomb. Set the power to 70 and fire! Sir, we missed. Hold your fire. Let's see if the enemy knows our position.
My goose is getting cooked.
Let's have a quick look on how the game begins. First, you'll be setting up all your players, human or AI. Make sure to set that terrain on random, and off you go. Now, there might be a lot of clutter on the screen, but first to take notice is that the game will give you 2 ammo types. The first one being the small missile,
That's a lot
actually
of damage.
useless. But secondly will be the volcano bomb. Now it might look like you only get 10, but the game actually gives you 100 to start with. That's pretty good, because each of those bombs, when you fire it out, would actually split off into 5 smaller bombs after the first explosion. That works out pretty nicely for the early rounds. But then, There are a lot more other things on the screen, but the two most important things will first be the power of your shot, ranging from 0 to 100, and with 100 being quite the powerful shot that can easily go off screen. But secondly is going to be the angle of your shot going from 0 to 180. Now, with both of those, it might seem like there's still plenty to work with, but also
Oi, oi, oi.
that can happen. One little variable that people often miss is going to be the wind aspect of the game, as in the desert, there's not very much wind, but going up into the mountains, those winds can get up to near hurricane levels and lead your bomb falling right back down on you. So, once you're confident in your shot, you will line up the power, the angle, keep factor of that wind, and you hit that fire button, and would you look at that, you blew up your opponent. Congratulations. Now it's onwards to the shop. There is a
Huh?
lot going on over here, so let's break this down to the basics here. Everything on the left side are all going to be the weapons that you can choose, and then on the other side, on the right side, will be both supplies and tank upgrades. Of course, being made in 2004, there are a lot of things that will break the game. First off, I will personally say the airstrike is banned. But why is that? Well, as you might see, all you need to do with an airstrike is simply call down a shot, it will rain from above and instantly kill your opponent. Secondly, you might notice there's a whole branch on the shop of shields. Those are also all banned. Why is that, you might ask? Well, you can simply just throw on a shield, it won't cost you your turn, and you will just get to tank up all the shots that you want and simply fire it right back. And lastly, although it might seem a bit weird, is that the tank armor upgrade is also banned. Now, you might ask, what's the deal with that? Well, as I'll show you right here, is that with just one upgrade of the tank armor, it is impossible for your tank to get to 0 health after being shot at multiple times. Although the rest of the upgrades are pretty straightforward, the one thing that matters is that if you're looking to make your tank tougher and withstand more shots, the tank energy upgrade is actually the one that works. By going a few more points into that, you will actually have over 100 health and you can actually start tanking bigger and bigger shots until you can actually just take on a full atom bomb and be just fine. Now, believe it or not, one of the most overlooked supplies is going to be the parachutes purchase. Parachutes? What, it's not like we're jumping out of a battle bus down a battle royale now, are we? No, but once more, if you're going multiple rounds with your friends and you actually lose all of your parachutes, well, it wouldn't take long for the ground beneath your tank to give way and your tank to simply fall down and explode, costing you the round. Very interesting, I know, but only the most seasoned veterans will understand the importance of that. So, with that, we can actually transition over to an actual game right here.
As you can see, I'm with my friend James over here, and I will actually get to show you just how great of a shot I am and how much of a player I can truly be on this game. Thankfully, I get the first shot. Let's angle ourselves a nice, I like that 132, maybe we change it to 130, and with him being right there and the wind blowing that 30 to the right, I can just line a pretty perfect shot at 65. Watch this. I'm gonna one-shot this fool. Oh dear. Well, that one's gone. Okay, well, James, why don't you tell me where you want to go?
Let's keep that good angle at 74, and let's go 100% on that power.
He really wants to fling this thing at me. Don't you know that this tank actually shoots pretty far? Look at him go.
Maximum power.
Shoot, that thing went off screen. Let's see what's gonna come back. Oh, way to the other side. Okay. I could do a little course correction. I know what I'm doing here. Instead of 65, why don't we tune it down to maybe a 60? This one's gonna hit for sure. Watch this thing go. Oh, man. That usually shouldn't happen.
Alright. Let's take that angle down to 50.
There you go.
Let's drop that power down to about 57.
57. All right, 57 on power, 50 on the angle. Now he's going to fire. I doubt you're going to do anything to me. And away it goes. All right. It wasn't the power, it's the angle. Watch this. I put this to 146, you're done. Watch that go. My goodness, I can't seem to shoot at all.
We both believe in power. I'm going to have to weaken myself. Let's go for 45.
Okay. You're not going anywhere, bro. I got this one's in the bag for me. Oh dear.
You tutor people in math? Let me take you to trig school. Professor James in the house.
Wow. I really thought I was better at this game. That's quite unfortunate.
Anyways, let's get down to business, to what I would like to present, the 2025 Competitive Tanks rules. That's right, if anyone else would like to play against their friends to settle disputes, you can refer to some of these that are still pending and hopefully will grow into something quite nice.
Aren't you taking a Flash game too seriously?
Psh, what? Are you saying I don't have enough real friends to play video games with? Nevertheless, here are going to be some of the rules that I found quite useful until we get a better update. First off is that random terrain must always be selected. Adding that nice little bit of RNG to the map always gives it a good game. Secondly, banned from the store will obviously be the airstrike, any sort of shields, as well as the tank armor upgrade until we figure something out in the code. Lastly, of course, is that if you're willing to do a actual competitive match with your friend, is that it will be the first to 7 wins or whatever arbitrary number you so desire. Of course, that will level out the fact that one player will usually go first, and in subsequent rounds, whichever player is behind will then get the first turn. Well, I hope this little video helped me describe to you a game that I used to enjoy years and years ago as a little kid and still enjoy now. And so, although Flash games will no longer really be made in the future, this game can still be played on a few websites down below, in which if any of you ever had any memories playing this game, or it will be your first time, hopefully this can draw out a little bit of nice memories or a new experience for a simpler time. Wait, what? You think you can challenge me? Well, I'll show you that I am the greatest tanks player ever. Why? You think you can do that? Well, come on down to my stream from 4 to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I will show you what the true power of the tank's greatest player really is.